Hello, welcome back to another weekly vlog. It is currently 10:15 on Tuesday. I completely forgot to film anything the last day and a bit. Still kind of in a weird COVID isolation place. I am testing negative today. So today was my day 7 since being positive for COVID. And I've tested negative today for the first time, which is so good. However, yesterday, both my mum and my grandma tested positive for COVID. I've stayed in my room the whole time, so it's unfortunate, but these things happen. Everyone so far is fine. My grandma is just sleeping all day. My mum is she's resting whilst also doing a little bit of work at the same time, so we're doing okay. I'm obviously coming out on the other side. I still got some COVID effects, my chest still feels really tight. But apart from that, and I'm still a bit sinus blocked, but to be honest, I feel back to health pretty much. I just feel very breathless all the time. Even though I was still testing positive yesterday, because everyone in my house now has COVID, we all kind of just had that mutual agreement that we can all come out and just be all with each other, rather than everyone being confined to separate bedrooms. So I went outside for the first time today in a week, exactly a week. I nipped to the post box to send in PCR tests for both my mum and my grandma. I know you don't need PCR tests anymore, but because of my grandma's vulnerability, the doctor recommended that we did a PCR just in case the lateral flow was wrong. Don't think it will be though. Do you know what, she's sleeping a lot, but she's not and she's not really experiencing any other symptoms. Touching wood that she'll be alright. But what can you do? It is what it is. Let's just hope for the best. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll test negative again, and then I'm fully in the clear almost for COVID. Obviously there is still a risk that I can pass it on. I think it's up to the 10 days, isn't it? I don't know, but I am well enough to go to work, so I will probably be going to work tomorrow. So that's fun. My first proper outing, not just to the post box. I'm doing alright. I haven't really done very much these last 2 days, yesterday or today. I have been up here for the majority of it, to be honest. I'm not keeping on my distance from anyone, but I just don't want to make anything worse, if that makes sense. I'm editing a vlog that should have gone up last week. Yes, should have for me last week, but for you the week before. But I haven't, because I had COVID and I was ill and I couldn't get up and do it. But it's so long. I played all the clips in my timeline. I use iMovie. I know I'd like to get Final Cut Pro one day. But I lined up all of the clips, and the vlog was 5 hours long without any editing. I've currently got it down to 2.5 hours. I do enjoy editing, but oh my god, 5 hours down to what I normally do, about 40 minutes. It's quite a difficult task. The others have all, the ones I've done recently have all been 2 hours, which is still a lot, but I can cut that down quite easily, cut all the jibber jabber. But there's just so much jibber jabber in this, I swear to god. I'm 18 minutes of the way through, and I just don't want to do anymore. I just can't. I can't face it. But I've got to do it. I don't have to do it, but I want to do it. I want to do it, but I'm also got 2 hours more to go through on this vlog. It's not going to be ready for tomorrow morning, and I've got another vlog, which is last week's vlog. Oh my god, that needs to go up this week. I can't. I'm also using headphones to edit because I can hear much better with these on what's going on, but they're currently on charge. And also I'm not disturbing anyone by having my computer on too loud. I don't really have a lot planned for this week. Obviously I've cancelled everything because of COVID and I didn't really have a lot planned anyway. There was a potential that my boyfriend was going to come over this weekend, but it's just not really the best idea. I have nothing planned for this week. It's it's currently 20 to 2. I've finished. I'm just gonna find some new music to put in the vlog because I'm a bit bored of the stuff I've got like saved on my library. So I'm gonna go on to Epidemic Sound and find some tunes that I like. 2:15, 2:15, and I am exporting the vlog. I'm gonna leave this to do it overnight, and I think it is time for beddy buys. Good evening, happy Wednesday. I tested negative again today, so I am back to normality now. I do still have like a very tight feeling in my chest. Like I do get out of breath quite quickly, so I hope that's not something I have to deal with forever. I'm just hoping that's something for like the short term, but obviously I've got no idea. But right now, because I'm testing negative, I am back to work. We've got to get back to normality, haven't we? So I am back to Waitrose tonight. I'm back to normal. I'm the only one that's still that's tested negative. My mum and grandma are still positive. My grandma's doing okay. She's feeling like it's just a cold, and I'm hoping, touch wood, it stays that way. Today I have been, so I finished editing the vlog last night. All the pigs are out. I finished editing the vlog last night, and I've uploaded that. It's going up at 6 PM today. Yay, so that's good. And I've also just finished editing last week's vlog that should be going up today at 6 PM, but obviously because I missed a week, it's going to go up on Friday at 6 PM. So I'm very pleased, very chuffed that it's all coming together and I'm getting back into a swing. Like, it was so much easier to edit this last vlog as well, because it was only like, it was under 2 hours worth of footage, which was just so much easier to go through rather than 5 hours worth of footage. But yeah, that's mainly how I've spent my day today. I've obviously been downstairs and seen my mum and my grandma, see how they are. Like I said, my chest just feels a bit tight, like it just, like, especially around the centre of my chest, it just feels very, very tight when I breathe. So I'm hoping I'm not on the Deliveroo system tonight doing it, because I feel like running about is just not ideal for me at the moment. So I hope I'm not on Deliveroo, because that requires a lot of fast-paced work, and I mean, to be honest, the ideal thing for me to be on tonight would be checkouts, but I never get put on checkouts. I just don't want them to put too much pressure, if that makes sense, because my chest is so, this is actually, do you know what, this is actually the most painful it's been this whole time. Like, I'm sitting down and just driving, and it hurts like hell. Before I go into work, I actually need to do some get a couple of bits of food. We're fine for food and everything, but there's just a couple of bits that we could do with. So I'm just gonna, I've come out a bit early. I'm just gonna grab those and chuck them in the car. I need to go shopping. Chat to you later. Hello. Oh, let's put a light on quickly. I've just finished, oh, my battery's about to die. That's really annoying. I've just finished work. They put me on Deliveroo, so I'm like very out of breath. I said to them, like, I don't really want to, they said to me, like, take it easy, relax, you know, this is your first shift back after COVID, you're still feeling some of the side effects of it, take it easy. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we put you on Deliveroo. I'm like, I look really red, oh my god. So I've changed my battery and I'm home and I'm in my pyjamas. They would not allow me to wear this at Waitrose. I looked so red. I promise I'm not this red in real life. This lighting and this camera, look, I'm like this colour, I promise. What's going on? Maybe I am really red. To be fair, I'm red, but I'm not this. I'm not like tomato red, so let's excuse that. This is why I always put filters on Instagram, to sort this complexion out. But it is currently 11:20 on Wednesday, and my video went up at 6 p.m. and it's actually doing, like, view wise and people watching wise, much better than any of my other vlogs have recently. So thank you for watching that one. It was vlog number 111, so thank you for watching that, and thank you to those who are consistent every week with commenting on my videos and giving some really supportive and loving advice. I hope those people know who they are. They're there every week. They have supported me before I like paused YouTube while I was at uni. They've been there before, they're here now, and I'm just so grateful for you. Because you are absolutely lovely. I stupidly, like at 8 o'clock when I was at work, I stupidly looked at my YouTube comments. I'm a very small YouTuber on here. I'm a small fish in a very big pond. I have been very lucky that I don't receive too much negativity in the comment section. Very fortunate in that way. And I've been debating whether I wanted to actually address this. But I'm going to in a positive manner. So I had a negative Nancy today. Like, at first I read the comment and I was like, whoa, and it hit me, and for about 5 seconds I was really sad, and I thought maybe I need to change how I do this, and maybe I should stop being so personal. And then like after 5 seconds of me being like, oh my god, it clicked, and I'm like, this person watched, from what I can tell, the majority of the video, and they left me a comment nitpicking my life, but they left me a comment which is genuinely so nice, because it means that you watched my video. So thank you for watching my video, thank you for leaving a comment. It actually means the world that you took time out of your day to criticize me, so thank you. I will take that. I get that I am very personal and I do say a lot in these videos. I feel comfortable talking to the camera. My brain then doesn't equate that to the fact that then I upload this and talk to potentially a lot of people. It works for me, and I do know I'm very personal. I'm a very emotional person, and I do realise that. But all my thoughts and feelings are 100% genuine. They're 100% how I'm feeling. I'm incredibly honest on my channel. And I have debated in the past and recently whether I include those bits where I am crying and I am very upset about my life and different aspects of it. And I actually think that including them is the best thing, because I know I'm not the only person in the world who feels that their university course at the start was perfect for them, and now coming towards the end it's been completely wrong for them. I'm not the only person in the world who's felt that, and I'm not the only person in the world who's dealt with some of these things. And maybe I'm not looking in the right places on YouTube for it, but I don't feel like there are many creators out there who talk about their experiences of the negative sides of it all. I feel there's a lot of positivity, which is great. Obviously positivity is amazing and we want to stick with that, but I feel like there is a side of YouTube, maybe I haven't discovered it. I'm not saying I'm unique in any way, shape or form, but I feel like if one person shares their story about if they're unhappy, it may help somebody else. This person also addressed some concerns of mine about job prospects, and that my degree was a jobless, what was the exact wording that just at the time really like stabbed me in the chest, but now I'm like, so what? Oh, a dead-end uni course to end up jobless. People don't necessarily go to university to get a job at the end of it. Actually, there's very few university courses, degrees, that you are guaranteed a job at the end of it, or like it leads to a profession. I mean, like a geography degree. I'm just literally looking at academic subjects now, like doing a maths degree. What job do you come out with at the end of that? There are very few degrees that actually like come out with a job at the end of it. And in fact, this person says that I'm in a dead-end uni course to end up jobless. You say that, but it's actually quite funny because obviously things will have changed because of COVID, but my particular course, my particular university, my particular course has a 98% 98% of people who take the course end up getting a job within the film industry. So it's because of how the course is structured and how that we work with the year above and the year below, which means that can help us with jobs. We all stay very connected, and so if I wanted to go into the film industry tomorrow, I could probably find a job somewhere. It would be tricky to begin with, but there are people who I could talk to who are currently working on some massive projects, who I am in contact with, who work for Warner Brothers. So and are doing pretty big things over at Warner Brothers. I'm not allowed to say what. They did tell me, but I'm not allowed to say what. People don't go to university to get a job at the end of it. People go to university to develop skills in a subject, learn more about a subject. I know so many people who have gone to university from my school days who have done degrees and then gone into degrees into subjects that they really enjoy, and then gone into a job at a completely different field. A friend of mine went in and did geography it was down in Plymouth, and it was like geography but like marine based. I can't remember the name of the course, but she now works in like at the office in a different university. So you don't, like, degrees don't equal jobs, and I think that's something that needs to be addressed to a wider audience, that a degree doesn't equal a job at the end of it, and that's fine. Probably play some more Animal Crossing and some other games on my Switch. I love Mario, so I want to get into some Mario games. I've got Mario Odyssey, the 35th edition that they did, where it has like Super Mario Galaxy, the one with the 3 on, is it Super Mario 3D? Something like All Stars maybe? I can't remember. And I've got Luigi's Mansion 3, and I've got Mario Maker. I'd like to get Super Mario Bros. That's my favourite game. I should have got that instead of Mario Maker, but I got Mario Maker instead. What can you do? Because my boyfriend told me to get Mario Maker too, because he really liked it, so he could play it. This is when before he had his own Switch. But anyway, it is currently 20 to midnight now. I've been rambling for 20 minutes. Wow. 20 minutes won't end up in the video, will it? I will chat to you tomorrow.
I promise that there is actually more to my content and my vlogs than just me in my room or me in my car. I promise. Normally, like, I am out going and doing stuff, but I've had COVID last week, and I haven't done anything apart from be in my room and be in my car, and I went to work last night and all of that. So I promise things will resume back to normality at some point. I am going to run a couple of errands for some of my family who are still everyone is still testing positive for COVID apart from me. I tested negative again today. Tomorrow is day 10, so I should be in the clear and not passing it on to anybody else. So that's wonderful. I am currently going to run some errands. So I'm going to my grandma's flat. I'm going to pick up some mail. I'm going to get her prescription. I'm going to go into the supermarket to get some bits that they didn't have last night. But I'm going into a different one, not the one I work in. Because I don't know if many of you work in a supermarket, but it's genuinely the worst feeling going into that same supermarket on your day off. And everyone being like, hi, what are you doing here? You were only here yesterday. You'd be like, yeah, I know. Thanks for reminding me. I'm really sad about it at the moment. because Mum and I were supposed to be going to Disneyland Paris next week. We were supposed to be going on the 10th and coming back on the 13th of April. We were supposed to be going, but obviously with everyone getting COVID, we decided that it was just not the best idea to do that. We decided that it was obviously not the best decision to go to Disneyland Paris next week. Thankfully we didn't actually book it, so we don't have to worry about getting any money back or anything. We didn't book it, we were leaving it quite last minute, and we've decided not to go, which I am absolutely gutted about, because I obviously haven't been since January 2020, and if you know me, you know that that's an insanely long time, considering that in the year 2019 I went pretty much every other month, if not, I went a lot with my annual pass, and I'm kind of in that, my annual pass is up for renewal on the 2nd of May, so this trip I was going to go with my mum. We were going to be there for the actual 30th anniversary, it was going to be amazing, and I was going to renew my annual pass. But I am very concerned about my annual pass and renewing it, because obviously with the pandemic I only used the current annual pass that I have for 2 days. Now, if I'd have known the pandemic was going to happen, I probably wouldn't have got the annual pass last time. I'd have probably waited until it was all over. But I didn't, because obviously we didn't know that. So I've basically, the annual pass this year was a little bit of waste, this time was a little bit of a waste of money. So I'm kind of sat in now that we're not going next weekend, it was a waste of money. And so I'm kind of sat here now debating with myself whether it's worth to get another one. Will I go? Will I use it enough? So I'm having that debate basically at the moment. I'm having that debate of, is it worth spending it's 499 euros. Obviously I've got the 15% discount because of my renewal price. So I'm debating in my head, is it worth it? I did look, I can't lie, I did look to go to Disneyland Paris on Sunday, so the 3rd of April. And if I didn't have to renew my pass, I could afford to go, basically. Solo trip by myself, off I go. However, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work, because I can't afford to do both, and I need to do, if I'm gonna go, I would renew my annual pass. It doesn't work this time, which is so sad. I'm a bit gutted about it, but I'm hoping, I think I am going to renew my pass, because I do love it and I have loved every minute of going, and I have missed it so much in these last 2 years. I have been very fortunate that I did go on the Disney cruise in October, and I've done some other things. So I went to the Disney pop-up in Covent Garden, where they did all the musicals. That was amazing. I've been to the Disney store a couple of times. I have had little Disney perks here and there. Mail retrieved. She hasn't actually got that much, considering she hasn't been, oh, I suppose she came here on Friday, maybe? I don't know, it's been like a week, nearly a week. She hasn't got that much. Now, collect her prescription. And then the supermarket. Can't believe it's taken me like 40 minutes to get here. I just ran in and picked up the mail, and now I'm off again. What it is to be the only one testing negative, right? To be fair, my grandma doesn't fully understand that, like, she is actually allowed out because of the fact that isolating is now not a thing. And testing stopped, like free tests stopped tomorrow. She said to me, like, I'll come with you and I'll sit in the car if you don't want to be by yourself. And I'm like, I'm actually quite alright in my own company, but bless her, she was like, I can't get out of the car though because I'm not allowed to. And I'm like, Grandma, you are allowed out of the car now. You don't have to stay inside, like, you don't have to isolate anymore. It's all finished, all over. We just are choosing to isolate because we think it's like morally responsible to do, like, I don't know. I don't, after having it myself, like, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Obviously this is the weaker variant, I'm going to need to get my brakes sorted. This is obviously the weaker variant of them all. But even so, like, I don't want people getting it because it's not pleasant. Right. Let's go in this pharmacy and get her meds. There's nowhere to park. I have parked so badly. You know what, that'll do. The car next to me is also parked really badly as well. How do I get into this pharmacy? That says staff only. That pharmacy is slow as I don't know what, honestly. I've got it, but we're going back to the flat because we need to get a different... There's something else that they've just decided they need me to get. And I was like, I went to the flat first because it made like more logical sense to do the loop that way, but oh well. I'm going back to the flat to go pick up something else. Got the goods. Right. Now onto the supermarket. What a fun little adventure this has turned out to be, right? You want to see a thing? Hi. It is quite late. Oh, my watch has died. It's quite late on the 1st of April. The last thing you will have seen is a massive dent in the side of my car, and you probably know from the title of this video, but I'm going to put a trigger warning anyway of like car accidents and injuries and stuff like that. After going back to my grandma's flat and picking up her medication from her flat, I got into quite a serious collision with another car. It wasn't my fault. There is plenty of evidence it wasn't my fault, and the other driver has now claimed liability. But it's a lot for my little head to get around, I can't lie. And I'm in quite a bit of pain. Oh, like now, I've been in quite a bit of pain since probably about 12:30 today. It's taken a long time for the pain to come out, and it's now, I'm in a lot of pain. It was quite scary. In fact, it was terrifying. I can't lie. I've never been so scared, and I've been in some crap in my life before. I think that was, actually I don't think that was, maybe it wasn't the most terrifying. It was the moment I felt the most alone. I've never felt that alone before. I was driving home. I had only driven about 2 minutes down the road, and I get to a roundabout that I have done hundreds if not thousands of times. I was going straight over the not obviously over the middle bit, but like the second exit, which is almost practically a straight bit of road. As always, I slow down, nothing coming to my right, nothing in front of me, I drive ahead. A car comes out of the first exit to my left and smashes into the back of me, and I spin around, doing like a 180 spin in my car. All the airbags on the left side, the passenger side of my car, so the left hand side, all came out. The seat from the passenger side was ripped, and they just came hurtling into me, and we got some CCTV footage of it today from the chip shop that's on that roundabout, and it's horrific. They were driving too fast. They didn't look. They were driving too fast, and the fact that no one was seriously injured is mind-boggling. I've only come out with a few aches and pains, and obviously some quite bad mental scarring, and that the other passengers have come out with aches and pains as well. Not other passengers, the other driver and their passenger have come out with aches and pains. Both cars are written off, which I'm really upset about because I loved my car, my little Nissan Note. It's such a lovely car. They haven't even been to look at my car, but they've said that, like, yeah, it's not fixable, which is so sad because it was such a good car, and I'm so grateful to that car for keeping me safe.
which is going to sound really stupid. I mean, I was only talking the other day about not crying in videos, and look at me again. I have obviously been back in cars. I've not driven personally yet. My mum's going to make me drive tomorrow because we put me on another car for insurance, because where I live there is no public transport, so to get anywhere I need a car. So I'm going to be using my grandma's car for the next few days, a while, until I can get a new car. I'm gutted because my Nissan Note is honestly the best car I've ever had. I've had it less than 2 years and I'm so sad because it's a beautiful car. I don't think I'm going to be able to find one quite like it now, because cars are really hard to come by. Everything's gone up in price. I'm not going to get the same money that I paid for my car, because obviously it's like a year and a half down the line. You don't get the same money that you paid for it. Cars go out of value really quickly. But I'm devastated about my car. I really am, because I loved my car, and I'm worried about finding a new one that's going to be as good. I'm in a lot of pain across my left hand side and across the top of my back and my chest right here. I was in a lot of pain here before because of COVID. Now I'm in a lot of pain here because of how my body like went into the seatbelt from the impact of the car, and how the seatbelt held me back. I don't know why I'm hurting everywhere else. It doesn't make any logical sense, because the car, I guess from being like shaken around when I spun, the impact of the car just like this side rammed and spun, and the car just kept going. That's a scary thing when you watch the footage of the collision. He just kept going for a long time, and obviously when you're in the situation you don't realise like what's happening, but it just kept going. It doesn't make sense to me how the driver didn't see me either. It doesn't make any sense in my head at all. I also say I've never felt more alone in that moment, because I didn't shout loudly that I was in pain, because I wasn't in pain at the time. I felt like no one cared about me. The other two were moaning of aches and pains and injuries and crying and everything, and were saying it all happened so fast, and I'm like, I don't want to sound selfish here, but I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's just had someone hurtle into me at great speed. I've spun 180 degrees and I was on my own. All the witnesses went to them because they were making more noise than me, and there's me sat crying, sat in the boot of my car, and no one came over. One person came over, which was the lady from the fish and chip shop who watched it all on the CCTV and told me that she had CCTV and that I could come and collect it whenever I was ready to. And they were so nice. I wish I had her name to say thank you. I know who it is though, so I'm going to go around with some chocolates and some wine to say thank you so much, because she was the only person who came to comfort me. And maybe that means I should scream louder, you know, I should shout louder and something like that. But the problem is that the other driver didn't even ask if I was okay. I went to them to ask if they were okay, but they didn't ask me. Even when I went to both of them and said, "Are you okay?" I had nothing, no reciprocation, and that's what hurts the most, is that there was no apology. One person in a sea of people asked if I was okay. And I know I shouldn't be selfish in this, but I've never felt more alone in my life. They don't teach you that when you learn to drive. They don't teach you that this is what happens if you get into a major car accident and you block the road. All I knew is I had to take 1,000,001 photos, which is what I did, so that if they tried to claim that it wasn't their fault, I had evidence that it was, so that my insurance was protected, because I can't afford for my insurance to go up. Can't really afford a new car, and I am so lucky that I have a wonderful mum who came immediately. She came as quick as she could. My mum is honestly the best person in the entire world, and I'm so grateful to her, because today she has been on the phone with me all day to multiple different people to sort this out, because the insurance company closed at 4 p.m. yesterday and the accident happened at 5:45. And she's helped me all day today talk to lawyers or solicitors, I'm not sure who they were, to talk to the insurance company, to talk to the people who are going to take my car to the potential courtesy car company, but they don't have any cars available. She has helped me so much today and I am so grateful to her, honestly. I don't know what to do without her. I'd be a mess, that's what. I rely on her far too much. I am technically still going to work tomorrow. I'm going to ring them first thing in the morning, because when the accident happened, the only bit of pain was still in my chest, and I thought I'm fine to work with just a bit of pain in my chest, but now the pain is just so bad. Across the tops of my back, across my shoulder blades, down pretty much the majority of my left side, everywhere. Also, a great insurance company is Admiral Insurance, whatever they're called, Admiral. We're on a multi-car policy because it's me and my mum. They've been brilliant today. They've been so on it, honestly. They've been so lovely and sorted everything out for me. So if you need a good insurance company that can deal with accidents or collisions, Admiral's where it's at. Hello. I'm getting ready for work a bit earlier today. It's 5 to 1. I'm going to go down and get some lunch in a minute. But I'm getting ready for work now. I wear this under my uniform, by the way. I phoned in work and they've agreed that I can do the checkouts, but that means I have to move my hours this week 2 till 8 rather than 4 till 10, which I kind of prefer, and I kind of want to keep these hours. But so we actually had a Chinese takeaway last night, and so I'm gonna have the leftovers of that for my lunch, which I'm, oh Jesus, very excited about. It's also the first time that I've worn a bra since the accident, and like it actually hurts on this shoulder, which is why I've put it like so high up, I feel like. But then I'm not sure if I should just put it lower down, but it doesn't really offer any support then from my boobs. Good afternoon. It is Sunday. Yeah, I haven't spoken since I went to work yesterday. I was on the checkouts for the whole shift and it was painful. Very painful. My back hurts everywhere, which is why I'm lying down like this. And this shoulder hurts, but I'm holding my camera with this hand and it seems fine. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I'm in a lot of pain, I can't lie. Paracetamol does nothing. Ibuprofen scratches the surface. But yeah, here we are. Spending most of my time in bed because it's the best place where I just don't feel like in as much pain as I do sitting up or standing up or bending. It's really weird. I'm honestly in so much pain and I wish there was something I could do to like fix it, but it's actually just I've had back pain before, but this is awful. And to top it all off, my period started today, so I know that's TMI, but you know, just to add to the crappy week, or crappy month or whatever, let's just throw in that. I went for my first drive today, so I'm currently insured on my grandma's car, which everyone's just been amazing. I went out for a drive today. My mum came with me and we drove around. I went into a supermarket and got some food, bits and bobs that we needed. My mum stayed in the car because she is still testing positive, and she's still feeling the side effects, feeling the effects of COVID. However, I'm obviously all in the clear. I do feel like I probably shouldn't have gone into work last night because the pain is a lot worse today, and especially like this shoulder as well. But I mean the camera feels heavy in my arm, but like it's not painful because it's like resting in like a good position, so it's not maybe it is painful and I'm just so numb to all the pain. I was okay driving. What I kept saying, my mum was like, you're doing great, but I'm like, what I said to her was like, it's not my ability to drive is the thing that scares me. I feel like I'm a fairly good driver. What scares me the most is other people, because there was nothing I could have done that would have prevented the collision from happening. Like, if I couldn't have driven any faster forward. If I saw him, I couldn't have driven faster forward because of the fact there was a car in front of me, and I'd have crashed into the car in front if I'd have gone any faster to get away from him. There was nothing I could have done that could have prevented it. Nothing. So it's not my ability that I'm scared of. It's other people. And I know, like, there's no difference from like today to a day before the accident. Like, there are still stupid drivers on the road who don't pay attention, who get distracted, who don't look. There's still those people on the roads. There was before, and there's still those people now, and I'm all in my head about other people. I mean, there's been everyone like driving around me has been fine today, but there's been a couple of times where like that, you know, a car's like pulled up very fast to a junction. They've stopped, but they've pulled up very fast, which just sends me into a bit of like a I was driving a lot slower today. I was always under the speed limit. Not that that would have like helped me in the accident or collision. It wouldn't have helped me at all, but I guess it's just the nerves, isn't it? That if you go slower, like you've got a more reaction. I don't know if that logic makes any sense, but that's what's going through. That I literally was doing like 5 miles per hour under the speed limit, which is not like me. I'm normally like on the speed limit. Been playing my Switch a fair amount. My boyfriend is the best boyfriend in the world. I've not been in like the most chatty mood for people. He bought me a new Switch. This isn't actually too painful like this. This one. Disney Magic World 2 Enchanted Edition. This game is actually quite good. It's not the best like game in the world, but if you're a Disney fan and you like games that are kind of similar to Animal Crossing, it's kind of like that, but just a lot more basic. I feel like this is kind of like where Animal Crossing originally was. There's obviously tasks you have to do. It's kind of like open world, I guess. There are definitely tasks that you need to do, but like you can choose the order, I guess. Can you? I don't know. I'm absolutely loving this game. And I live in the same neighbourhood as like Mickey and Minnie. It's all in real time. Which is why I'm like, it's like Animal Crossing, because it's all in real time. What I would say is that like the shops are open 24 hours a day. So it's in real time, but it doesn't really matter because nothing is shut. But like items change at like different times in the shops. So basically the encouragement is to play multiple times a day. I've been loving this. I've played so much of it and I've met so many Disney characters already. And it's just so much fun. Good evening. It is Sunday. I've already filmed today, haven't I? It is currently 9:45 and I'm in bed again. I've got all the pillows behind me trying to support me. Lying down is obviously a lot better for my back than sitting up, but lying down all the time is so boring. Since talking to you, I've had a nap. That's about it. I've had dinner. We had chicken pie tonight, it was really nice. And I have packed up my stuff for my car that needs to stay with the car, such as the locking wheel nut and the manual. And I get to say goodbye to my car tomorrow. I can't remember if I've already said if I have, I'm sorry, but I'm saying goodbye forever. My car has been written off, and no one's even looked at my car, but they're like, yeah, nah, written off, dunzo, goodbye. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, I am off to where we left it, my grandma's flat,
They gave me a time slot of between 8 AM and 5 PM, which is brilliant, so probably going to be spending most of the day at my grandma's flat tomorrow, saying goodbye to my car, which I can't lie, I'm devastated. This car has been my absolute favourite car that I've owned. I have owned 3 cars in the 7 years that I've been driving, and this by far has been the best car, my favourite car, and I am gutted to be saying goodbye, but it is, at the end of the day, a lump of metal that's replaceable, and it did the most important thing of keeping me safe in my car. We have had a little like nose around on the internet for cars. Where we bought my car from, the garage, they haven't got anything available suitable within our price range and that's suitable for me, which is rubbish. So we've had a look online, and there are a couple. I have a Nissan Note. There are a couple of Nissan Notes available, and obviously I'm incredibly comfortable with the Nissan Note because it has a lot of like safety features. The Nissans have a lot of extra safety features that aren't necessarily like required. I put numbing gel all over, like not numbing gel, some like pain cream, I guess numbs it. It's not really working, but I've put some of that all over my shoulder, which is why I've got like a zip up thing on, so that it's just easier to put on, because this shoulder is, I'm in agony with it. It's not dislocated like my boyfriend is telling me over the phone, but it hurts a fair bit, and I'd like for the pain to stop. Right, I'm gonna play Animal Crossing before all my shops close, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So I guess I will see you. No, oh my god, it's Sunday, it's the end of the week. It's the end of the weekly vlog. Oh wow. I don't know why I was expecting just to continue this vlog tomorrow. Like, I suppose I will, because I'll be picking up the camera to film tomorrow, won't I? But for a different video. Yeah, this vlog has been a roller coaster this week, hasn't it? It's not been a great one, has it? Oh well, let's hope that next week is a bit better and that there won't be any car crashes or any bad things. Let's hope for a really positive week. It's the start of the Easter holidays for me from uni, so I do have some uni work to do, but I'm not doing too much, is what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna do huge amounts, but I'm not gonna do loads, but I'm not gonna not do any, if that makes sense, because I do have some stuff I need to do. Fingers crossed for a better next week, and I will see you then. If you wanna like and subscribe to my channel, by all means. I am trying to make these weekly vlogs every week, and I've got a list of ideas of some other videos that I want to do. If you want to see anything in particular, do let me know. I'm always open for ideas and suggestions, and I will see you soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.